Of rapper Yo Gotti confirmed the man outside a Hickory Hill event center is Gotti's brother.
Helicopters and a massive police presence, all for the funeral of Yo Gotti's big brother, Big Juke. That's what people saw in Hickory Hill today outside of New Direction Christian Church.
If you've been following the news, you might have heard some sad rumors about Yo Gotti's brother's death. Well, guess what? Boozie, another famous rapper, just confirmed those heartbreaking rumors. It's a big deal in the world of hip-hop, and people are talking about it everywhere. It's a story that hits right in the heart.
That's someone's family member at the end of the day, regardless of fame or money. So it's just like you're a brother of mine.
Imagine losing someone close to you suddenly. It's like a punch in the gut, right? Now, picture dealing with that loss when you're a famous rapper like Yo Gotti. That's tough. And when rumors start swirling about what happened, it only adds to the pain. This loss has shaken him to the core. But now, with Boozie's confirmation, it's like the truth is finally out there. It's like putting together the missing pieces of a puzzle. People want to know what really happened, and now they might finally get some closure. So, get ready, folks, to dive into the story behind Yo Gotti's brother's death. It's a roller coaster of emotions, with twists and turns you won't see coming. Grab a tissue and prepare yourself for an emotional journey as we uncover the truth behind Yo Gotti's brother's passing and the rippling effects it's sent through the music world and beyond. So I know right now some people would be wondering what really brought about Yo Gotti's brother's death and Boozie's first-hand intel on what happened to Big Juke. Well, Boozie, in an interview recently, spilled the tea on how he called Big Juke to leave the city 5 days before he got K-Ed.
You know, you told Jay the Youngin to get out of the city.
Yeah.
I interviewed Jay the Youngin.
Yeah, I stayed telling Jay the Youngin.
And he got.
I mean, this is a head-scratcher. Here's how it all went down, though. Once upon a time in Memphis, two rappers, Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, were making big waves in the music world. Yo Gotti, the seasoned veteran, had been ruling the scene for years. But then came Young Dolph, a rising star from the same streets, with his own style and swagger. As Dolph's fame grew, tensions sparked between the two. Yo Gotti had tried to sign Dolph to his label, but things didn't work out, and soon they were throwing verbal punches at each other. Back in 2014, after dropping his mixtape, High Class Street Music 4, American Gangster, Young Dolph went on Sway in the Morning to talk about it. He explained why he didn't sign with Yo Gotti, saying he wanted to invest in himself.
Come on, bro, let's do CMG paper route. That's cool. I'm knocking for that. If I was him, I would have came to me like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But only thing was going to happen behind it was people like, oh, he popped off because of Gotti. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which I can't do that.
Dolph hinted that Yo Gotti didn't like his choice, which sparked their feud. But Yo Gotti never said it himself. The feud heated up in 2016, with Dolph not holding back in his songs. Back and forth they went on, dissing each other in their tracks. Even in 2017, the beef was still sizzling hot. I mean, it was a clash of egos, a battle for the throne of Memphis rap, and the whole city was watching, waiting to see who would come out on top in this epic showdown. Trouble was definitely brewing in the world of rap. Young Dolph back then dropped a bomb on Twitter aimed at Yo Gotti, his fellow Memphis rapper. Dolph hinted that Gotti wasn't happy about Dolph's success, saying Gotti went from wanting to sign him to being his biggest hater. Even though Dolph didn't mention Gotti's name, it's crystal clear who he's talking about. This Twitter feud isn't just a small spat. It was heating up really fast, with fans wondering where this drama will lead. But wait, it gets juicier. In 2016, Young Dolph surprised everyone by naming his first album King of Memphis. This stirred up some drama because Yo Gotti had claimed the same title previously. Dolph's move seemed like a challenge to Gotti. Even though Gotti didn't say anything publicly, people in the Memphis rap world and beyond saw it as a direct challenge. It was like Dolph was trying to take over Gotti's spot at the top. And of course, this caused a lot of buzz and tension in the community. Now here's where it gets even more intense. So, with all the drama swirling around, in March 2017, well, let's say things got out of hand between the both of them. It kinda all started when Yo Gotti's artist Black Youngsta dissed Dolph on Instagram, questioning his claim as the King of Memphis. Black Youngsta didn't hold back, calling Dolph names and even threatening him. He said Dolph was soft and not really from Memphis.
G, bro. Dolph, you a South Aid. You nice ass. If you got a problem, say you got a problem. Say ain't king of Memphis, ain't king of South Memphis, ain't from.
The video caused a stir because Black Youngsta's caption had made it clear that the tension was serious, promising to confront Dolph in person. A lot of fans were glued to their screens, waiting to see if the confrontation would spill into real life. Well, he kept to his words.
Where you at, dog? Where you at? Where you at? We in Cash Stage right now. We just left the store. Where you at right now, dog?
Now, when Black Youngsta started going after Young Dolph, there were a lot of controversies with speculations about his actions. The internet went crazy. Word on the street was that Yo Gotti told him to do it. But Yo Gotti said that was not true. In an interview with Tim Westwood, Yo Gotti didn't talk about fighting with Young Dolph. Instead, he talked about Black Youngsta's recent actions and threats against Gotti's enemy, Phew. Well, at this point, the rule that says silence is golden definitely did not apply to Young Dolph because he fired right back at Gotti on Instagram. He went further, accusing Gotti of dissing Memphis rap stars and using Black Youngsta to cause a whole lot of trouble. Dolph didn't hold back, saying Gotti even got the cops involved. As the drama went on, it grabbed a whole lot of attention. Young wrote on his page saying, "First thing first, everybody know it's ooh Yo Gotti. That's sending your artist out to say the lame she been saying and doing," Dolph wrote in his Instagram caption, adding, "I guess you still mad cause I didn't never sign with yo PA, or is you still in your feelings cause you fell out with Gucci Mane and who was mad at me cause I kept rocking with Gucci." Then Young Dolph went on to release a fiery diss track titled "Play With Yo B," aimed at Yo Gotti. Dolph pulled no punches, hitting Gotti with personal jabs and accusing him of being a hater. The track added fuel to their beef, making it clear that any friendship they once had was long gone. With Yo Gotti taking the high road and staying mute on his beef with Young Dolph, many were curious as to what his response would be to Dolph's scathing diss track, "Play With Yo B." But fans didn't have to wait long to have that question answered. Hopping on social media shortly after the song was released, Yo Gotti would subliminally allude to being unbothered and unconcerned with his counterpart's words, boasting of his partnership with heavyweights like Jay-Z and L.A. Reid, and posting a photo of himself with the caption, "Never distracted." However, this would be Gotti's only acknowledgement of the diss song, as he would not unleash one of his own. But wait, it gets worse. The rap world was shocked when Young Dolph narrowly escaped a shooting in Charlotte. Over 100 shots fired, but his bulletproof SUV saved him. Unfazed, Dolph performed his diss track that same night, proving his resilience. Despite threats, he stood strong. Now, on a regular day, November 17th, 2021, something terrible happened. Young Dolph went to Makita's Cookies, a favorite bakery near the Memphis airport. But instead of a normal visit, masked people with attacked him. It was captured on camera, showing the scary moment when they shot him many times. After Young Dolph died, everyone in the city felt shocked and sad. Makita's Cookies, once a happy place, became a sad reminder of what happened. Sadly, more violence followed when someone shot at the memorial, hurting another person. People wondered why this awful thing happened to Young Dolph. Some said it could be because of problems with other rappers or people in the music world. But the police worked hard to find out what really happened, and they found some important clues. Finding the white car used in the attack was a good sign that the police were making progress. Even though the community hoped for justice, it was still hard to accept that Young Dolph was gone. His death left a big hole in many people's hearts. After Dolph was unalived, his buddies from the streets got furious. They grabbed their guns and went after anyone linked to his death. Things got out of control real quick. People started pointing fingers at Dolph's rival, Yo Gotti, saying he had a hand in the violence. They'd been enemies for years, always trying to hurt each other. But even with Dolph gone, the trouble didn't stop. It followed Yo Gotti, haunting him like a ghost. Then, tragedy hit again. Yo Gotti's brother, Big Juke, got shot after a funeral. Memphis streets were full of danger once more, as the fight for power kept claiming lives. Big Juke was a big deal in Yo Gotti's music group. He wasn't just a family member, he was a big player in the music industry too. Big Juke was a key part of the success of Collective Music Group, helping it rise to the top. But Big Juke's influence doesn't stop there. He was also a big supporter of up-and-coming artists. He's not your typical manager either. He was the kind of guy you might see in music videos, cheering on the talent he believes in. Word on the street is Big Juke contributed hugely to the fight between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, being the elder brother to Yo Gotti. Some people think Big Juke might have been mad at Young Dolph and might have been involved in hurting him.
I know a lot of you out here, man. Can't do no shows. Ain't save no money.
After Young Dolph was unalived, Big Juke didn't stop the fighting. He even made fun of Young Dolph's memorial painting. This made things even worse, and it also made everyone even more angrier. Then, on January 13th, 2024, the same guy was attacked and unalived outside a place called Paragon's Event Center. Someone shot him, and another person got hurt too. People in Memphis were shocked and scared when they heard about Big Juke's death. Some people saw a group of people running away from the scene in a white car, but it was too dark to see who they were. After Big Juke died, a lot of conspiracy theories came up. Some conspiracy theories claim that a deadly revenge campaign was being waged in Dolph's name. The street figures who had depended on him when he was alive were now loaded up their and seeked vengeance for his M. Anyone even remotely connected to Dolph's death became a target, and according to the theory, Big Juke was target because of the feud between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti. Some others think maybe it was a planned attack to get back at Yo Gotti or his family, or to gain power in the music scene. But we should take these ideas with a pinch of salt. And of course, some of your famous celebrities have their own side of the story.
Yo Gotti's brother, Big Juke, got after leaving a. And from what I understand, he was at a restaurant with his mother. He was coming out.
They was coming out there.
Mother was there. She had to run out the car.
Yeah, but I could be wrong.
Now, let's quickly touch on what Boosie recently shared on Big Juke's death. Boosie talked openly about how he knew Big Juke and said they were close friends, business partners. They kind of share a tight relationship, not just between them, but also with Yo Gotti. And guess what? Their relationship was a tight one because Yo Gotti visited Boosie's family while he was in prison. According to Yo Gotti, he spoke to Boosie and assured him that he was going to visit his family and help them with whatever it is they needed.
You know, I talked to him. I talked to Boosie on the phone, since he's been together. When I talked to him, I gave him my word, you know what I mean? And, I go see his people. It's hard to, if you niggas pop up like this. You get what I'm saying?
Next time, I'm going to cook. I'm going to throw down. We're going to have crawfish.
You see, losing a friend is always tough. In a recent interview with Vlad TV, Boosie talked about how talked just 5 days before the tragic shooting that took Big Juke's life. Can you imagine that? It's heartbreaking. Boosie's words show how much he cared about Big Juke. He didn't just talk about his friendship with Big Juke, he also gave some important advice. He told other black artists to think about moving to safer places. He's worried about their safety. He doesn't want anyone else to go through the pain of losing a friend to violence. In a heart-wrenching revelation, Boosie confirms the sad rumors surrounding Yo Gotti's brother's death. This news hits hard, reminding us of the pain and loss experienced by families every day. It's a sobering reminder to cherish our loved ones and hold them close. And that's all from today's video. Until next time, bye.